smile. It's dinner time. And there is the cook.
Hey guys, it's Vi, and it's dinner time. So today we're cooking 3 things for dinner. Yes, sorry, 3. So the first thing we're gonna compile is we're going to make a fruit salad. The second thing that we're gonna be making, we're actually making pulled pork sandwiches. And there's the buns for them. So I guess in all technicality, I guess it isn't 3 things, it's 2 things. But it's 3 steps or something, I'm really not sure. Okay, so first off, what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this on to, I'd say about a medium. And we are going to put in just a dash of olive oil because we're gonna be sauteing some onions and we don't want them to have nothing in the pan. So these are just some onions that we used the other day. They're just in little tiny, they're minced up basically. So we're just gonna put those in there and get those to saute. And when they're sauteed, we're gonna be adding our pulled pork in water. So you may be thinking that this is a little odd. We are using meat in a can. Well, when I first started doing these food videos and we did a tomato soup and grilled cheese night, I was letting you know that there are many, many ways to make canned food look like you spent hours in the kitchen and taste good as well. This is another instance where this comes into play. So we are sauteing onions that we're going to put in this. We're going to drain this water out of here and we're going to add some barbecue sauce, anywhere from ½ a cup to drowning, depending on how much barbecue sauce you like. We have Sweet Baby Ray's. You can't go wrong with that stuff, and honestly, I have tried a bunch of different frozen varieties or fridge varieties of already flavored pulled pork, and I gotta hand it to this, it's actually very good. So, this will look like you spent forever or had it simmering in the crock pot for a long time. It has wonderful flavor, it's really, really tender, and this will be great. So we're gonna let those get sauteed. They're not doing stuff yet because I didn't turn this on prematurely, so it's not very warm. So we're gonna have to wait for that. While that is doing its thing, I wanna take you over here to where our fruit salad stuff is. So on the components list, we have chunked up fruits, some strawberries, and some grapes. In there, there is cantaloupe. I think this is honeydew melon. And then we have some pineapple chunks. Now, these are not bite-sized, obviously, so we're gonna end up chopping all these up and making them look nice, so I'm gonna pour them in the bowl. Now, when you do a fruit salad, you can leave it just as is, but I can never leave well enough alone, so I always have to make it fancy or change it in some way. Something that you wanna do when you add fruit is you want to add at least a little bit of lemon juice to the mixture or just straight on to the fruit. Keeps them from turning brown. I'm going to be adding a dash of poppy seeds. They have a nice flavor and they also add a little bit of color, more color to your fruit salad. We're going to be putting in a dash of honey just to sweeten it up because we are adding lemon juice, which is sour. And a bulk of our mixture is going to be Best Foods Real Mayonnaise. We're going to be using approximately, I'd say, a quarter cup for as much as we've got. So a quarter cup of this, maybe a ½ a teaspoon to a teaspoon of this, a small dash, like a quarter teaspoon of this, and probably ½ to 1 teaspoon of lemon juice is what we're gonna mix. And we're gonna mix it in our bowl, and then we're going to stir it into our fruits once they are all chopped up nice and small. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to have to turn on our oven because we are broiling. Let's see, let's go the upper one. We're going to broil because we want to make our hamburger buns nice and crispy. And so the best way to do that is we're going to butter them on both sides. So that, well, not on both sides, but so, okay, you take your hamburger bun and you split it apart, and I'm going to put butter on both halves of this. And then we're going to broil them for about 5 minutes just so they have a nice little golden brown going on. So that's a million steps, and I just told you everything. So I guess I'll be checking back with you when dinner's ready. Okay, so I know I said that I would see you as soon as dinner's ready, and I kind of lied because I figured that that was quite a big gap between here's what we're having and dinner's ready. Can't have a cooking show if I don't show you anything. So, for starters, this is all of our fruit and it's been chunked up. I tried to keep these in kind of, they almost look like little pineapple chunks, if you will, like if you get chunked pineapple in a can. I put both of the melons just in little wedges, so they're just in chunks. The strawberries, I went ahead and I put them into quarters, so they look like this. And I took the grapes and I just sliced them in half so they look like this. Now, I prepared all the sauce, and as you can see from the consistency, it's pretty runny, but that's what you want. And it doesn't look like it's an awful lot. You're thinking that this is a huge bowl of fruit and this is hardly any sauce. That's the point. You don't want to drown and ruin a fruit salad. The fruit salad is still supposed to be good for you, so we're going to put the sauce on there, and it's just going to lightly coat all of our fruit. However, before we do this, I've got to take you over here because our onions are a little on the brown side because I wanted to caramelize them just a little bit. So here they are done and ready. So when it looks like this, we're going to add our canned meat. Now I think I failed to point out that these come in water and they need to be drained. If you pour the whole thing in here, it's just gonna be really a big soupy mess and not at all what you're wanting. So if you get them in the water, you're gonna wanna drain it out. It should look like this. And we're just gonna pour it straight into our pan or into our skillet, whatever this is here considered. So this is what it looks like before we drain it, just so you know how much water is actually in the canned meat that I've got. So we're gonna drain it all out.
Make sure you get your draining technique right.
Yeah. Okay. And we're gonna put that in there too. And that is what it looks like when it's all in the pot. And it doesn't look very shredded like. It kind of just looks kind of chunky. So we're gonna break up those pieces and we're gonna turn this down to low. It's been on medium high because we wanted to get those onions sauteed, but since they're cooked now, this meat is already cooked, so technically you could stir it up and put a little bit of barbecue sauce and be done, but I want it nice and warm. I want it more like a homemade meal. So we're gonna get this all broken up and then we're gonna pour in our barbecue sauce and we're gonna let this simmer for maybe between 5 and 10 minutes just until it's nice and warm. So I'm gonna leave this alone. We'll leave this stuff all alone. All right, so let's pour our sauce over our salad over here, our fruit salad. So this was a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. It was, let's see, I think I used about a 1/4 teaspoon of poppy seeds, about a teaspoon of lemon juice, and about a teaspoon of honey. Now when you stir up a fruit salad, you don't stir it up crazy like you would if you were making like cake batter. You just kind of want to more or less fold it all in, because if you're too rough, your fruit will kind of pulverize and it will lose its shape and it won't taste as good. So we're just going to kind of fold it in there. And you see how it has just a really light coat of sauce on there? That's perfect. The lemon juice in it is going to keep it from turning brown, and the honey is going to keep it sweet, and then we have the little poppy seeds on there for good. So there's our fruit salad, and I will go ahead and stick this in the fridge until dinner is already finished. So the last thing we have on the list, we had our hamburger buns that we were going to be broiling. So over here we have our hamburger buns, and we have a nice thin layer of butter on all of them. Both my top and bottom of the stove are on for broiling. And like I said, we're going to broil them for about 5 minutes or so. And looks like this is going good. So I'm going to go ahead and put Sweet Baby Ray's in this. And so now I will see you when dinner is ready. Alrighty, we are back. Dinner is finished. Let me draw your attention down here to the pulled pork that we have. It's nice and moist. It is not dry at all. It's got the barbecue sauce on there. You can see the hints of the onions, and it looks like it's been in a crock pot all day, or that you actually took a lot of time to make it, and it, as you saw, Took next to no time at all. So that's done. Now it's also time. We pulled out one already and they look really good. So here comes the second set. Lightly browned, absolutely stunning. They look so, so good. Now when it comes to building your sandwich, there's options. You can put them together like Sloppy Joe mix. You can serve this as an open-faced sandwich. And in my case, I'm going to be adding a little bit of green leaf lettuce on there since this meal does not have a vegetable. You could also pair this with like some baby carrots or slices of celery or something else. That's what's for dinner. We're having pulled pork sandwiches, fruit salad that looks really good. I forgot to show you this right out of the fridge so it stayed nice and cool. Pulled pork sandwiches and fruit salad. That's what's for dinner. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, big fat thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Leave me comments down below telling me anything you want. If there's food you want prepared, if you have food questions, or you just want to say hi. Also hit that subscribe button to stay up on everything else. So until next time, guys, take care. Bye.